Hello everybody, this is Patrick Butler. Now last year I talked about the 25th anniversary of the NES. I was going to do a special what I got on the NES, but never did. So I finally just decided to do it right now. That's right. All of these videos that are going to be shown on YouTube will be NES based. So first off, I got to show you my front loader NES. And we're going to talk about this particular baby today on another episode of What I Got.
What will the future bring from Nintendo? More hits like Super Mario Brothers. Arcade hits like Kung Fu. Nintendo has the most video game hits. Hogan's Alley, Duck Hunt, and more like baseball and Excite Bike. And you can play them only on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Now the NES was released in 1985 at a New York Expo. Now it wouldn't get an official release until a year later, and it was released in two bundles. The first bundle had 2 controllers and Super Mario Brothers. The second bundle had 2 controllers, a zapper, and Rob the Robot. Now the games were Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and Gyromite. And that's how basically the NES got started. Now what the NES did is that it got us out of this video game crash that started in 1983. And it helped keep video games alive. And it transformed video games into a whole new medium. And we still have video games today. Now this would continually be released, the front loader, until about 1993. When the top loader was released. Now, the top loader would stay released until probably 1994. I don't remember, so I can't tell you. I never owned a top loader, unfortunately. I still have my front loader, though, and that's pretty cool. Now, the one thing I'm going to talk about in this video, and I'm going to show you, is all the different stuff that I got with the NES. And I'm also going to show you the NES accessories and controllers that I got. So, enjoy everybody. Now this of course is the front of the front loader NES. You got your power button and your reset button. And if you turn this on, this will flash red. That's when you have your AC adapter hooked up. Now this of course is where you put in your cartridge. I'm going to show you how later. These are your controller ports, control port 1 and control port 2. And we're going to switch this around. This is your audio video connectors, just in case you want to use composite cables. Now I'm going to show you how in the next video, because first off, this color can be a little bit confusing to people. But hopefully it'll be less confusing when I upload that video. So that tells you. Switch this around. Of course, you got your RF switch connector. You got your channel 3 and channel 4 switch. And you got your AC adapter connector. Now, this of course connects to your RF switch. This of course, if you want to use your RF switch and you want to pick which channel you want to use for your NES, you can pick either channel 3 or channel 4. And you got your AC adapter connector where you hook up your AC adapter. Plain and simple. Now we're going to switch this around, and there is nothing on the left side. And finally, we're going to show you the top, which is also nothing. This is supposed to keep dust and dirt away, but this can get a little dirty, so I recommend that you clean this. Alright. Now this of course is the back of the front loader NES. This would be when you wanted to unscrew your NES and open it, just in case you had any problems. This also included the expansion port. You would usually have to take this off. Unfortunately it's broken. And you would pop this off to expose the expansion port. Unfortunately, Nintendo never released a disc system or nothing for this expansion port, so it's pretty much nothing. So that's pretty much the back. It's nothing really special. All it is to unscrew your NES and open it, just in case there's any problems. So that's pretty much the back of the NES in a nutshell. Now this is the NES gray cartridge. This was usually used for games, and these were licensed by Nintendo. There are also other NES cartridges as well, but they were unlicensed by Nintendo, so that tells you. This of course is the front. Of course you got your back here. You got your left side right here. And of course you got your right side right here. Of course you got the bottom right here and the top. And that is the NES gray cartridge in a nutshell. Now we're going to show you all the NES accessories that I have, and I'm going to show you where they go. Oh, and we're also going to show you how to put in an NES game as well. So enjoy, everybody. Now this of course is the NES controller, and this basically came with all NES systems except for the top loader, of course. There is a dog bone controller that came with the top loader, but I don't have that one. You got your directional pad right here, you got your select, you got your start, you got your B and A buttons as well. And this is a pretty nice controller. There's also other controllers as well. There's also the NES Advantage and the NES Max, and a couple others as well. And there's been so much controllers for the NES, and I don't know all of them by hand. I do have one of them, and I'm going to show you that too. But this is the NES controller, and it's an awesome controller. So now hooking up your NES controllers is pretty easy. All you really need is this. This is actually the cord to the NES controller. All you really need to do now is to connect this to that. And remember, this for controller 1, this for controller 2. Now to put in a game, all you need is a cartridge, and that's where the cartridge goes. You open this, and all you have to do is put the game right in here. Make sure it goes all the way, and just push it down like that, and close the lid. And then you just press the power on, and there you go. I don't have it plugged in, so you won't see the red light. But when I do have it plugged in, the light will go on. And when you want to take the game out, all you gotta do is open this, push this up, and then pull this out like so, and then you shut the lid.